Regarding the northern part of the country with the security issue, it is what we call just ethnocentric religious issue. There's no Yoruba man in the north that is fighting for these bandits. There is no Igbo man in the north that is fighting for this bandit. It is purely Hausa-Fulani people. Reality, it is we, the northerners, that are doing this thing to our own people. So what are you talking about? If a northerner is killing himself, because if you are killing your people, you are just killing yourself. It is Fulani versus Fulani, houses versus houses. I am saying the reality. Banditry by name, there's no somebody that you can call Banditry in what? In Yoruba. You understand? You can only find that one in Fulani.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video we are diving straight into a shocking revelation shaking the north. A young northern voice has come forward with a confession that many people are finding hard to believe. He openly declared that the real problem of insecurity in the north is not from outsiders, not from Yoruba, not from Igbo, but from within. According to him, it is purely Hausa and Fulani people causing chaos in the region. He said clearly, there is no Yoruba man fighting for these bandits. There is no Igbo man in the north joining these terrorists. It is northerners themselves, Hausa and Fulani, who are behind it all. He even pointed to notorious names like Bello Turji, saying you can never find such name among Yoruba or Igbo. To him, this is Fulani versus Fulani and Hausa versus Hausa. Now, this statement has left many people speechless, because if northerners are attacking and killing their own people, what does that really mean for the future of the region? He described it as ethnocentric and religious issue that has been tearing communities apart for more than 10 years. He went further to trace the roots of the crisis, starting from Boko Haram in Maiduguri back in 2009, spreading after 2015 into the northwest with banditry, and linked to mining problems in Zamfara before reaching Naija, Benue, Plateau, and other parts of the country. Interestingly, while blaming northerners themselves, he also admitted the government has been making effort. He said the fight against terrorism is not a one-day affair, but something that requires consistent policies, strong political will, and actions that the public may not always see. In his words, some information is classified and cannot be shared, but he believes the government must do more to finally eliminate this threat once and for all. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
We're talking about insecurity in our land. How do you think this new administration can tackle insecurity in our land, sir?
But it's not about how do I think it is going to tackle insecurity. What we have been seeing on the ground, you have been seeing so many offenses going on against the terrorists. Masses does not know what is actually on the ground regarding the security, but we know deep inside the government is doing very good job in terms of trying to tackle the issue of insecurity. It has been there for more than 9, 10 years, 20, 15 years now. I think it started in 2009 with Boko Haram in Maiduguri, and it escalated after Buhari took over in 2015 to the northwestern part of the country regarding the issue of bandit. And it also, the origin was about the issue of mining in Zamfara states. So it escalated to the what? To the north central, Naija state, Benue State, and I think Plateau State and others. I want us as a citizen to understand that fighting against terrorism is not just a single day event that you can just simply attend an event and leave. It has to do with consistent policy on the ground, consistent approaches, and making sure that at least people that are not being part of the system should not be informed. Because regarding the issue of security, we have what we call classified information. It need not to be shared with the public. It has to be what? In the domain of the government. But we want the government to put a political will so that to show once and for all these terrorists are eliminated. And that's my opinion regarding that. As a citizen, you have to be framed for your country. You should not be saying bad about your country. If you want your country to prosper and develop, you have to be saying realistically what is good about your country. If you go to America, you go to US, these people are proud of their own country, not negating their own country. But you'll be seeing Nigerians, especially at this newspaper selling point, talking bad about their country because maybe objectively, somebody who they wanted to be the president happens not to be the president in terms of the numbers. And regarding the northern part of the country with the security issue, it is what we call just ethnocentric religious issue. It is Fulani versus Fulani, Hausa versus Houses. There's no Yoruba man in the north that is fighting for these bandits. There is no Igbo man in the north that is fighting for this bandit. It is purely Hausa people, Hausa-Fulani people. So what are you talking about if the northerner is killing himself? Because if you are killing yourself, you are just killing yourself. The reality, it is we, the northerners, that are doing this thing to our own people. So we have to stop it. That is the underlying issue.
You just saying northerners?
Yes, I'm saying northerners. Because somebody from the north...
Are you sure of your choice of word?
Yes, forget about the choice of word. I am saying the reality. Banditry by name, there's no somebody that you can call Banditry in what? In Yoruba. You understand? You can only find that one in Fulani or in Hausa. And if you go to the core northwestern state, we have Zamfara, we have Sokoto, we have Katsina, we have Kebbi, we have Kano, we have Kaduna, we have Jigawa. These are the core northwestern states. And it is the same issue, Hausa-Fulani versus Hausa-Fulani, killing, you understand, ransom and whatever. They have been collecting all these people, taking away all their properties and their belongings. What I'm saying about, we want this one to stop.
Are you also trying to say banditry and terrorism is more of like political gain or it's political inquiry?
You know, there are political opposition to what is going on, but there are also political support to what is going on. Let me give you an example. In 2023 election, more of opposition element are afraid that the insecurity should not, you understand, be dealt with robustly, because they know it is a way of like what? Winning the election. Because you know, if failure lingers, it may likely embolden people to vote against the ruling party. So this is one of my opinion regarding the issue of terrorism in Nigeria.
Thank you so much for your opinion. Okay, let's not forget, the country is at war, and the brave soldiers are on the war front, fighting insecurity and terrorism. In a situation whereby they lose or they suffer more casualties, more than the oppressor or the opposition. Let's not forget that the civilians will be equipped to fight for their sovereign motherland so as to protect the freedom of their country. Would you be willing to give your life to serve in the Nigerian army?
Let me tell you one thing. I was a graduate of public administration. That was in 2014. And I tried to acquire military experience through application to be what? Recruited. But within the Nigerian system, you know the things works. I was not able to be what? Recruited. Because I believe it's not just about putting life. When you put your life to a particular project, it doesn't mean anything. You understand? But put a what we call comprehensive, often targeted will to ensure that Nigeria come up. You understand? I can give my life for the safety, security, well-being, and of course the success of Nigerian projects under this administration or any other administration to come. So far as it is not based on religious sentiment, it is not based on ethnicity, it is not based on sectional campaigning. If you are campaigning for sectional base, I am not with you. But if you are looking for a moderate vote, I can vote for you. And that's my opinion. I can give my faithful life for the well-being, success, and ensuring that the Nigerian project is on track. It's on track. And that was what we are doing. We are always praying for Mr. President to succeed. So what I was trying to say is that using or giving out what you have for your country to succeed is what we are here for. I am here to read what is going on to offer my support, even though I know my support can be the minority. But minority sometimes may be what? The majority. Absolutely. That's what I can say.
The North is the problem of itself. Every evil thing is from the North. Tribalism, religious fanaticism is from Northern Nigeria. I wish I could say it's a lie, but it's the truth. We have our own problems. Because when they catch these kidnappers, or when you see these people who attack us, who kill us, they speak our tongue. They are Hausa people. They are Northerners just like every one of us, living within us. They are not necessarily Hausa tribe. They can come from anywhere. Because let me tell you something. People are desperate for money. And let me tell you that this is a cartel. This is a money-making venture. All this insecurity in Northern Nigeria is for money. These people are doing it for the money. And there's nothing anybody can tell me in Nigeria today that I will believe otherwise. That there's no government in this. Wallahi is a lie. Nobody can come out here and tell me, wallahi is a big lie. Because how can you be in power? You say you are the chief of, you are the head of all the soldiers, land, air, sea, you are the commander-in-chief of all the armed forces. You are the undoer and the doer of Nigeria. Yet, your village, they are attacking you. What is happening? There's nothing anybody can tell me about this thing. I know for a fact that we are the ones that are employed to do these things to ourselves. And there's just one reason. Poverty. The North is the poorest region in Nigeria. Everybody knows that. It's not a lie. It is fact. The North are the most uneducated people. So they use your illiteracy to ride you. They use your illiteracy to make you, to brainwash you into believing that some things are right. Do it for the cause of what? Do it for what cause? I don't know what they are being told. But best believe these people are being brainwashed and they are picked amongst us. So I know that is true.
Come, let me tell you the major problem of Nigeria. The major problem of Nigeria is northern part of the country. Northern Nigeria are the major problem of Nigeria. If you want to see conflict, northern Nigeria. Rape, northern Nigeria. Refugees, northern Nigeria. Thieves. In fact, if you want to see thieves stealing on an industrial scale come to northern Nigeria. Thieves fully engaged in primitive accumulation come to northern Nigeria. In fact, I am from northern Nigeria. I am proud to be an indigenous of Borno State. I am from Borno State. I am proud to be an indigenous of Borno State, from the northern part of the country. But I want to tell you that the major problem of this country is northern part of the country. These are people, if you want to see hatred, if you want to see conflict, if you want to see nepotism, cronyism, any other thing you can label. In fact, if you carve out southern part of the country from Nigeria and give it 10 years, they are going to be recognized among community of nations because of the development they will have. 70% of the people who govern this country are from the northern part of the country. But if you want to see hunger, starvation, and any other thing, it's from the north. Why? We are the major problem. But our people doesn't want us to be speaking the truth. And that is why we continue to somersault in this kind of issue.
With this video, I know I'm going to offend a lot of people, most especially the northerners, to me, that I think might not be, if you are not reasonable, this may annoy you and you may feel bitter. But I think it's high time we tell ourselves the truth. And what is that I want to say? You see, the fact is, what has happened in Uromi should be an eye-opener to the northerners. And what do I mean by that? Gone are the eras when people produce children that they cannot cater for. And at the end of the day, the children grow up and go to other states and be doing menial jobs like shoe shiner, cutting of grass, babambola, and the rest of it. That is what is causing sea finish. If I must use that word, just like I used for the military at a point in time, I say now sea finish, they cause all these things. Well, those things may be embedded in religious, whatever, it may have a religious affiliation, but I actually don't believe in that. Because I have a lot of good Muslims that don't see life that way. They believe in responsibility. I'm not trying to discourage Al-Majri in any way, but the Al-Majri should be well structured in such a way that it shouldn't be an avenue where somebody will produce children that he can't cater for. And the only thing he has left is just to push them into Al-Majri or not be responsible to them. And we should try to get rid of marrying a lot of women and having so many children that at the end of the day we are not responsible. That is what is giving birth to all this. You don't command respect from anybody by so doing. The world is evolving. If you look at it, let's take it memory lane. All that has been happening, the unaliving and the ill treatments, whatever, is just meted on the poor common people you have on the streets. That is just it. We have a lot of northerners in the south and the east that are doing well. You dare not take that kind of rubbish to them because you can't stand it. They command so much respect, they command so much resources that if you try to rubbish them, I'm telling you, all hell will lose broke. And you can't stand it. They don't try them. Do you see them being mobbed? They don't mob them. Because these are people that were brought up by responsible parents, responsible families, and at the end of the day, they pursue their career and they relocated to wherever they're going and they establish themselves as an authority. So it's high time we have a debate around that. The era of having children that you can't be responsible for has gone. The world is evolving. And they say the only constant thing in life is change, and only those that have the ability to adapt that survive. Even the so-called violence, a lot of people are threatening to make violence or whatever. It has evolved. You can only make violence on the poor like you. The rich have so insulated themselves with government resources, with so much security that you can't near them. So at the end of the day, I'm still going to be repeating, it's going to be a battle for the poor against the poor. If you feel retaliation is the answer. That is not just it. And again, I think it's high time as northerners, we should call a lot of our Islamic scholars, our cleric scholars, both Islam and even Christians, that are deceiving you people, that are making you think that this religion is more difficult and this religion is more about sacrificing yourself and not living to enjoy the dividends of life. That era has gone. That era has gone. Let's disabuse our mind from that. The fact is, this life is simple if you understand the basic principles and concepts. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be worldly or you're going to be wayward. You can still maintain your moral and religious stand, and at the same time you are very respected and very objective in everything you do. Look at Saudi Arabia. Are they not Islams? Who dare you assault a person from Saudi Arabia or look down on him? Because there seems to be a kind of a balance. You don't allow a kind of myopic and fanatic scholars to come and ruin your life for you, all in the name of religion. We need to wake up and leave all those stuffs. It's not helping anybody. What I'm just trying to say is, until the North learn to command respect from their counterparts, until the North learn to command respect by living a comfortable and a very respectable life, nobody will respect you. They will think life is cheap. And that is why a lot of all these things will happen. They know there's nothing you can do. All you can do is rant. Or if you even want to retaliate, you can't retaliate on the people that have made this evil. You can only retaliate on poor people like you. I keep saying this. And I'm still going to repeat this, that the problem of the North is the North. Whether you're happy with it or you're not. Let's stop all these things. Let's stop all these things. Development, civilization, and a lot of it will not stop you from practicing your religion. But don't allow people, and I need to say this to the youths, don't allow people that have wasted their life in delusion trying to come and tell you religion the way they feel it's supposed to be, that has not even paid them, has not even favored them. Live your life. At the end of the day, if you're alive so long to see what it takes to be alive and what religion is all about, you get to see that religion is all about being good. Just be good to yourself. Be good to yourself, be good to your neighbors, and nothing more. Forget about the technicalities. Don't bother about people that are not worshiping the same religion with you. This one is not God, this one is... That is not your problem. The problem is just be good and be productive. And you will command respect. Bello made a video recently in regards how some of the religious leaders are also beneficiaries from the government. And at the end of the day, the only thing they come to do is, when election time comes, the cleric scholars will call you and tell you that this is what we should do, this is what we do, without knowing on the ground that they have been collecting money and they have been beneficiaries. And you now, you think you're doing something in the name of religion. In the name of religion, that you're doing it for the sake of religion and holiness, and at the end of the day, it's messing up your life. Don't allow people that have lived their life and have enjoyed and have that are even benefiting on your ignorance to ruin your life. Live your life free. Religion is not difficult. Just be good, be happy, love yourself, love your neighbor. That is the summary of religion. Forget about technicalities. Everybody may not understand or do the same thing you're doing, but that is fine as long as his own doesn't affect you. And that is just it. We need to have this discussion. There is need for the North to wake up. Be in tune with changing times. That is what I'm trying to say. Let's not shy away from the truth. Look at other parts of the country. They concentrate on things that develop them, progress them. You have a lot of millionaires and billionaires in their own part. But when it comes to the North, all we talk about is all about religious difference and tribal difference. Where is it taking us? How has it benefited anybody? Nobody. Rather, it's associated in making you so primitive that when you go to a lot of places as a result of your appearance due to poverty, people think you are a terrorist. People think you are a rebel. People think you are a problem. Even when in heart you are not. So till you get to make yourself better, nobody will respect you. Nobody will appreciate you. And most importantly, say no to fanatical religious ideologies. Live your life. Live free. Try your best. Believe in God. Love humanity. Love yourself.